beauty of it is, does not matter how many times you create a smaller or different or amalgamation of plasma, you come to the same. If this is hard for you to understand, it's very easy for you to test. Because it's more or less on a magnetic field strength. It's not on something else. Get a piece of magnet and cut it into pieces. The field strength does not change. Each piece has the behavior of the same. You cut it in 2 halves, 1/3 and 2/3, in 10 pieces of equal amount, in 10 pieces of half and 10 pieces of double, the field strength interaction is always the same. In matter state condition, as the weight, you get attracted because you're lighter, but the field strength of the magnet does not change. And if we understand this, we understand the original plasma, the fields, which now creates the soul of the man, is another piece of magnet, which is cut from the bigger piece of magnet, which is the soul of the creator. It has the potential, it has all the fields within it to be, to create, to have interaction as the field of the creator. And once the scientist, once the man understands this, man has become the true citizens of the unicos. Exist within the plasma. Within the plasma, which is the fundamental plasma, or what you call the soul of the man, or whatever you want to call it, is the same characteristic. When, for example, the rays and the fields which are responsible for dynamism, for positioning certain plasmas within the structure of the, what we call fundamental plasma, motion of, direction of motion of, what to absorb, what to reject, which fields to take from the environment, in the body of the man is converted into what we call the part of the brain which is responsible for moving hands, the part of the brain which is responsible for feeding you, the part of the brain which is responsible to get rid of what it doesn't need in every shape or formation, part of the brain which is for emotion of laughter. So when the fields of the emotion of laughter, let's say, in the plasma as the direction of the soul of the man, comes to become to materialistic side, to find itself in a matter state, conformation of existence, does not matter if it's the brain of the man, or is a jelly type, or is a gaseous structure, at the end of it, converts that line as the emotion of, let's say, happiness, to a structure that can represent, can absorb, can identify, and can confirm happiness in the physical dimension. So that ray, which is strength of the happiness in the plasma of the structure of the soul of the man, when it comes in conversion into the brain of the man, to change into physicality to show the happiness of the man, converts to sound of laughter, change of facial structure, tears and crying, maybe rolling on the ground from laughter and joy. Then we understand that does not matter where you go. These characteristics as a joy, it'll be carried, and in that position of transmutation when you arrive, manifests itself as part of the structure of the control. I've made man in the image of myself, because the soul of the man is part of me, carries all the information and all the knowledge. It's the man who has decided which part he wants to take to, or for his benefit. Then you understand what it means in true essence, that each soul, does not matter of infant, does not matter of this road sweeper, a king, a president, a scientist, in the size of the soul, all have all the attributes the same. Is which one we develop more, which one we encourage more. We encourage the abusive, we encouraged to be ruthless and to be as abusive as we are, and we call ourselves a king, a leader, because a just king cannot exist if he's just and correct, unless he chooses the path that in every condition and situation meets the attributes of the Creator. If you want to be that, to show the strength of the knowledge, you tap in and you become a scientist and the other part. But you still have the potential. You still have the, what we call a structure to become abusive and become a king. But that's what you convert in a matter state, in a physical life. But the soul does not change. You just tap into that part. That is strength that you think you can. And you're encouraged and monitored to be encouraged. Then we understand, all of us. This is what I said years and years ago. When you look from outside, no one knows if this is a soul of the sweeper, or a king, or a farmer, or a scientist. Because in essence it's the same. In what you take, the way you took from the fields to create the part of the brain, which became the physical manifestation and control of your arms, your legs, physical movement, man encourages that part of the fields which is within it to become. And then when he mixes it in the different way with the physical condition, you get the behavior of abusive. You get different kind of behaviors, because the behavior does not come from emotion. It comes from interaction of the physical dimension and the field interaction within the structure of the soul of the man. Then you understand. And it's become important for us to move to the next step, to recognize these field of strength within the structure of the plasma, the soul of the man.